So today I want to film a video and talk about what truly is money. And it's a reply to Pettifor as well in her video with the interview she did with Novara Media with Sarkar. So in the video, Pettifor, she describes money as a promise to pay, which is what it says on the banknotes that we all use, because typically we don't really read those things. But if you look somewhere, whichever country you are, you'll see that it says someone on your note, on your banknote, that it's just a promise to pay. Now, here's a problem. And Pettifor doesn't really go beyond that. She does advocate that, okay, if, for example, we have pension funds that are investing on the stock market, that probably they should be doing something more useful. But she never really, and this is a problem that I see with most economists out there, they never really go into the details of what we should be doing. When you make things that vague, it doesn't really provoke some kind of intellectual research, it doesn't really trigger a much more fundamental thinking about what we should be doing. And what is kind of missing there is that money really is more than a promise to pay. It's a vector of activity. That's really what we should be telling, educating people about. Money is there to create activity. It's there to make sure that things happen in an economy. When you when, for example, you say, okay, I'm going to give you this £10 note, which is a promise to pay, to your butcher. You've generated activity because your butcher, he's going and maybe butchered the cow, and then he's going to give you that cow. I mean, before the cow was butchered, that cow probably was reared, and it took a lot of work, right? So activity is generated, and the fiat money system, banknotes, or whatever means of exchange that we use within an economy, that's really just there to generate some kind of activity, and ideally useful activity. Speculative activity, like Anne Pettifor rightly says, on the stock market, that's not useful. Now, once we understand money as a vector of activity, we can then go back to pensions. And what should we do with our pensions? Well, we should be generating some kind of activity. And we also need to fundamentally explain, I've done that in a previous video, but we need to explain what pensions are. A pension is not, and I wish Anne Pettifor had done that, because she didn't do that. She didn't explain really what a pension is.